call the meeting of the Campus Reconfiguration Committee to order and ask the clerk to take the roll, please.
Carol.
Here.
Schoonover. Manning.
Here.
Harry.
Here.
Turk.
Here.
Frank.
Here.
Williamson.
Here.
Sir, you have all but one per quorum.
Okay, very good. And are we in compliance with the open meetings law?
It has been properly noted, sir.
Very good. We have a 15-point agenda. Do I have a motion to approve by Mr. Frank, second by Mr. Manning? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? All right, we have an agenda. Minutes from our September 24th meeting were distributed. Anybody have questions, comments, clarifications on those minutes? Hearing none, I'll declare them to be approved as presented. Item 6 is public comment. Do we have any member of the public that wishes to comment to the Campus Reconfiguration Committee? Anybody online? Doesn't seem to be anyone here in person. Okay, hearing none, we will move on to reports. Item 7.
So the SEH update, I'm going to apologize. I did not get a chance to connect with them in the last week to get a report from them. They did send me a couple of emails. They're looking to gather more information and more data. So I will be working this week yet to get them the rest of the information. They do plan to come at our meeting next month so that they can provide us an update.
In person.
In person or online. One of the two. If you want them in person,
Live.
ask them to come.
But live, they will be live.
Yes, yes, they will be live.
So you can ask questions, Steve. All right.
Will that update include the change of the building possible? Are they revisiting that topic?
Yes, and they're really like, some of the questions they have for me is, they said there's some parcels of land that they can't figure out who owns. There's some discrepancies about the number of acres. So I've included Kathy Cooper and Julie Linz in so that they can help us answer those questions so that we can give them that good, accurate data.
Any other questions on SEH and status thereof?
It just seems to me that if we have any chance of a financial gain on this deal, it's in the property that could be developed for housing.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to see us go after that.
Yeah, I think that's the conclusion we've all come to over time is when they originally started talking about closing the campus, there were numbers like $40 million that were thrown around as far as the value of it. We have come to realize, no.
Cost us 40.
Yeah. As far as the value as it sits, it could be perceived as almost neutral or negative because of the cost of the buildings and their status. So the value lies in the property and the development opportunity from everything we've seen so far.
Yeah.
All right. Item B under reports, UW redevelopment grant application update.
So I did submit that, and then I had a phone conversation with Ela. So there are a couple things she wants me to update. So she has sent it back to me for me to update. I did get notice though that the bridge will be covered.
Ah.
So that's
Great.
very good news. Yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
So that was exciting news. So when I submitted the grant, I submitted a little bit under 2 million. I wasn't sure if we could go further or later ask for additional money. She said, no, we've got to put everything in. And then she just wants some additional supporting documentation.
What did the actual cost come in on the bridge?
I believe it was 650,000 and some change.
That's about what we expected done.
Yeah,
Fabulous.
so that's exciting.
Yes, very good.
What was about having to submit everything now? I didn't quite follow that.
So when I tried to reach out to her beforehand and get an answer before I submitted, I had submitted my grant without requesting the full 2 million. And she said, if I don't ask for it at the get-go, we lose it. So she sent it back and said, you got to ask for additional things and then we can always change it later.
Okay, when they were here in person, I had a different impression, but
So did I.
Yep.
Apparently things changed, but we got the bridge covered. It had changed multiple times, unfortunately.
Nice.
possible there may have been some pressure exerted after their initial response to us that they weren't gonna cover the bridge. I don't know that for a fact.
Yes,
But
there
we
was.
talked to a lot of people about it, so
Yes, that did help.
it did help.
Yes, that did help. Yes.
All right. Any other questions, comments on the grant application?
So you did reach as close as you could to 2 million.
I gotta finish it out.
Okay.
So, we're gonna add the surveying cost, because I wasn't sure how to calculate that, so I'm working on getting a quote for that. That building that is out behind the tennis courts, because we're gonna be losing the gym and that garage space, we got a quote for putting some concrete down, and then we'll get a quote for building a wall and trying to have like a small area that can be a workspace.
It'd be for storing their lawn mowing and stuff.
Yes.
There's a, I don't know if you've been out there, Rod or Randy, but there's the old maintenance building on, attached to the gymnasium.
Yeah.
So we've got lawnmowers, ATVs, a lot of stuff in there.
Is there electric in that shed up there?
No,
That was something we have to look
So
at.
that would be in.
yeah,
Yeah. should-
yeah, we, I mean, we
that'd be
tried to
important.
look to adding
I think we
electric.
should.
Okay,
Definitely.
Well, and the other thing is if you can, I don't know how much you got left, but, you know, we've talked about keeping the woods and the trail separate, so we may wanna, we can at least get an estimate on surveying off the woods from the crop ground.
okay.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, it's all, if it's kind of a wish list to reach that 2 million in my mind, but.
It'd all be lumped under the heading of drawing the lines of what property is available for development.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Does
And
it
they've already-
hurt to ask for things so the total is more than 2 million?
Yeah.
I don't think it hurts, because I think if at some point in time,
On there.
yeah, if at some point in time, we scratch this idea but go with this idea, then we've got it on there.
And we did want to survey off some expansion areas for signs.
Right.
Yes.
Yep.
And a possible, you know, maybe they could put parking lot where the solar farm is in the cold area.
And of course, we'll have to draw lines with the school district. Part of the school will bear cost of that, but then we gotta figure out what our lines are left and the lines for the road that we're gonna put in and all that stuff, so. There'll be plenty of that. Gary, you have a question?
And we have already been told that that will cover the demolition costs.
What she told me was what we submitted looked good. We just needed to give her the supporting documentation.
Well, the other thing I got thinking, if we know about what the demolition cost to be, is the removing of that rubble, that could be even more than a demolition. So hopefully we can get people around here say, hey, I'll take that, and get Olson and me and a few other ones. I don't even know if I could. But I think if given enough time, we could. have
Yeah.
it, just-
Either that or have Josh give us some kind of estimate of what it would cost for highway to haul it out. At least we got a number then. Even if we don't use them to do it, we got
Don't
a
use the
number.
number, you can't get the money.
Right. Any other thoughts on,
Well, and I don't know, what do you guys think about, we gotta decide what we're gonna do with that, I'll call it the East Bridge. Not that we're gonna do anything with it, but that might be more on what happens with SEH.
Yeah.
But there's parking lot there and land available, but we may be talking about that a little bit in closed session too.
potentially?
Yeah.
But yeah, that other bridge is in just as bad a condition as the one we replaced. It's okay for pedestrian access. You know, you wouldn't want heavy traffic going over it,
When you say heavy traffic, you mean common
like trucks
vehicles
or big trucks. Yeah.
big trucks?
At the time, we were made aware of the condition. It was even iffy to put fire trucks across it. Obviously, you would in an emergency, but you wouldn't want to be doing it on a regular basis. So that's why we needed to have one safe access to the property.
Good.
Limit the possibility of selling that property though, if there's a.
It certainly could.
Bridge to build.
It certainly could. With the access being on the west side, you know, you could go and then there's road that goes over towards the east side of the property. You know, at one time it was talked about, do we abandon that bridge and just get rid of it? I don't know. There would be a cost for that too.
When it was originally built that way is for buses that come in one and out the other, which isn't gonna be the situation anymore.
Not necessarily, no. Mr. Carroll.
Where's our current wish list right now, so I can rehearse my memory on where it's at?
If you look in the packet,
I didn't see it in our package.
not for this packet, I'm sorry. I think it should be.
The grant, August one,
August?
yeah. New Bridge, 654, 269, Simons. August one, I just happened to click on it, but.
Is the Simon's HVAC still included?
It is?
Okay.
I'm wondering, is that separate utilities? Is that number good? That seems,
We got a quote. Yeah, we had an electrician come and that's what they,
well, no, I'm
Oh.
saying, did we define the scope the way we should?
Josh took them out there and told them what we were looking for.
It's on the list, though, that's me.
Yeah, yep, it's on the list.
Okay, great.
So do you have to be real specific when you say like money for a separate bridge or for removal of that? Does that mean you have to put it there then? Or are you just trying to get up to a dollar number?
I'm trying to get up to a dollar number. And then I have to provide quotes. So like we got the quotes for the demo of the bridge. I gotta upload those, or not the demo of the buildings, like the tennis court renovation. Mike's gonna get me that and we'll get it updated. I've got the SEH quote. I got a quote from Josh for Hive Drive, the parking lot. I've got the quote for separate utilities. I've got the quote for the sidewalk, the demo. Mike Hardy is looking for the Simon's HVAC quote. He said they got one a couple of years ago, so he's gonna find that for me. And I'm working on getting the quote for the surveying. So we'll just have to upload all of them into the grant application.
Time, a fresher quote might be good.
For HVAC,
Oh, yeah.
what Mike said is they can't get anyone to come out and give them a quote until we're almost committed to doing it. It sounds like it's happened many, many times that people have come out, they've gone through, they've looked at their system, they've given a quote, and then nobody does anything.
Well,
I
it really is time consuming on the part of people that are trying to get the job. And, if you do 10 of these, you know, that is,
Well, it is, you hired
you
somebody.
just hired somebody to do that.
I'll check with my guy at Thermal. He came here. They're working up at the school, thermodynamics.
Yeah.
He came here and gave us bids on the boilers. That guy, he's a nice guy, very good guy. So he may have done it before. He may have an old one that he can just say, these are the new prices.
Yeah.
If he's been there.
Okay,
Yeah, double the price from 2 years.
probably.
It's possible.
My question to the group is, do you think 25,000, Gary would have a better idea when we put that sidewalk in from Simon's? And I don't know where we're gonna stop it, cause there's not, you're gonna have to go into the, are you gonna stop it at Hive Drive and then it ends there? Or are you gonna connect with the city or there's no sidewalk there now to connect it to the school. But I mean,
Yeah,
I thought it was
do you remember who you got the quote from?
Josh,
Okay,
Josh did that.
the road or the sidewalk?
sidewalk, both.
Both.
Josh quote.
Josh quoted both.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get that sidewalk for even 25.
Even if that little sidewalk around the old gable for the removal of the old and putting in new was like $5,000. Well, you don't go too far.
Right, and this will be adjacent to a newly constructed road, so hopefully that will help. If it's all being done at the same time, and if we're the ones building it, that'll help too.
And it's pretty much a straight shot.
Yeah, it's a straight shot of sidewalk and it'll be the cost of the concrete, which is not cheap. But I trust that Josh knows what he's doing.
Yeah, cool. Excellent.
Okay.
Only big difference I see in sidewalks is if it's commercial, I believe it has to have rebar, and if it's private, it doesn't have to.
And that's something we're gonna have to figure out. You know, I met with Ashley at the city. And if we do it as a road and it becomes a city road, we've got to comply with their standards, which is fine. Otherwise, we can just do it as what we would call it a driveway. We'd get a driveway permit and it would be a road. So it's really, in the end, we're gonna have to decide what we want.
Well, that's why I contacted that engineer at Jules, is to ask him about using that to dispose of the brick or whatever after we tear it down and a base for a road. He said, once you get it down, I'll most certainly come do a hardness test, and then we'll know.
Gotcha.
So it may not be usable at all.
Yep.
It may be double what regular breaker is, and it could be the same, but he said, once you get it down, he would test it.
Okay.
Are you saying some brick can't be used for base?
Not until he gets a hardness test. Even these quarries, every 2 years, all these quarries have to have their rock tested. how hard they are.
Right, but I mean, it seems pretty, I would think pretty sure that bricks would pass, no?
No,
No?
no, they
Brick
just
is pretty
turned it,
porous.
yeah, they just turned it down.
Okay,
But what I got told him, I said, let's say it requires 18 inches. I said, so obviously if we're trying to get rid of it, if we go 3 feet, he said, not necessarily. Really?
okay.
A learning process, isn't it?
And that's where I think once, once it's all approved, we're really gonna have to list priorities because prices are gonna go up. We're probably gonna run out of money possibly, so we're gonna have to really decide what are our top priorities and work our way down the list.
This would be just like Teddy Kennedy told his secretary, we'll cross that bridge when.
Any other questions on the grant application? All right, then we'll move on to item 8, discussion and possible action on disposal of remaining items on the campus.
So I think there was a request to talk about what's left and what do we want to do with it. I think there might be some progress on the piano.
Piano is gone.
It is.
Serious?
I'm thinking, that's what, I'll read you the text I got back.
Okay.
I drove over to the Rock Ridge School, and a lady was walking in there at that time. And I asked for her help, and it just so happened to be she was in charge of the school aspect. And I asked if she would be interested in it. And she said no, that they have a electronic keyboard they use. But she said, I'm on the church council and I will talk to them. And so I got this news. So the church members are getting in touch with the piano player or piano tuner for some input. They're really interested. And could we come out and take a look at it? And I said, of course. And then they wanted to know about a shipping fee. And I said, no. I said, that would be up to you guys. Not lifting over the end. Right. And anyway, last text I got, she said, hello, the church has confirmed today that we will take the piano.
Okay.
We're working towards contracting individuals to help move it right now. And I will reach out to you when that's all sorted out, so.
Very good.
Perfect. Very exciting.
I'm sure glad we didn't have to put it in dumpster.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we should put it out on the curb.
Lutheran,
Bethel.
Bethel.
Bethel Lutheran. They're the ones that they run the school up in Rock
Rock,
Ridge.
yeah.
So wasn't there like 3 or 4 pianos?
Those are all gone.
Weston, I think.
There's one non-functioning electronic one left, and I think there's one in the science building too, in one of the classrooms. I don't know if it works or not.
Okay.
But otherwise, the keyboards,
The baby grand.
pianos, even the cheapy upright grand, but they took those too, so.
But I did go on Marketplace, Christian, look at for pianos. $1,
Yeah.
$1.
People want you to take them.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think that was an option.
No, no, but usually if somebody's getting rid of a piano, there's a reason they're getting rid of it. Nobody wants to take on the issues,
So
so.
it's like, so hard to move.
Yes,
Yeah. Oh,
very hard to
heavy.
move.
You have room
Yeah.
Well, the town of Dayton did have to put theirs in a dumpster at the last cleanup day. I mean, that's how long we've trying to get rid of ours.
Wow. So we've got that. We still have some telescopes. There are some still other miscellaneous things. Steve and Bob and I walked through, gosh, it's been a while ago now, hasn't it? A few weeks ago.
We're thinking of, I asked Trish about it yesterday and I asked Bob, but if we're truly gonna go ahead with these buildings, to move the stuff and not using county employee labor to do it, if we get enough volunteers and have a garage sale, a 1-day garage sale. I've had people ask, just do it on a Saturday till noon, 1 o'clock, and
So I don't know.
What- what's
Let
next?
people just-
Exactly, yep. Bring everything to the student center that's left and then just.
yeah, that way we don't want them walking through the buildings, the library or that, but what's your guys' thoughts on that?
I think that's an excellent idea.
I'd help.
So I don't know if we can throw it together by next weekend. I probably need to advertise it, but then we'll start.
We gotta move everything to the student center first.
Yes.
Yeah,
We gotta
Then
get
I
all the
think
junk
we
out of
can-
the student center first.
yeah, there's probably enough in the student center that just needs to go to LML.
Right.
That's what's been, as things have been taken from the campus and the junk returned, it's gone into the student center, so it's a lot of stuff piled
We'll
up
have
there.
to. We'll have
Add
to.
that to the list, dumpster rental.
Yeah, and we had a dumpster for extension, but we can work on getting it back. If we feel that that'll be beneficial, we can do that.
Are they, did they fill it?
They did not.
The yarder is gonna be about $800.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what our bill was for it.
Yeah.
But it's, a lot of the stuff is metal, so L&M might just come and get that for free, so.
Put this in like the Observer or Shopping News.
I would think.
Yeah.
We'll just,
On our Facebook page.
I don't know, we can. I guess we'll have to see how much stuff is, I don't know how, but it's more than a day or two of moving stuff. We haven't even gone to the science building to try it.
I would
Yeah.
say in 2 days, we could easily get the stuff to the center, to the student center.
Okay.
And then at that point,
And I don't think we need to overburden ourselves with pricing items or
No.
anything like that, we just want to get rid of it.
no,
Make an offer.
we'll start at $1 and go down.
Dollar per item. Yeah.
And you're carrying it out of here.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
No penny.
That's-
We're gonna be like Quick Trip.
No pennies.
Well, and then at that point, whatever's left, everything else just goes in the dumpster. Just put
Yeah.
everything in the student center that people go through, and what's done, is done.
And if it's metal, it'll go to L&M as well, but, you
Yep.
know.
Get the stuff cleaned out.
And L&M will drop off a metal dumpster too. They've done that in a few places up for.
Okay,
We can pursue those things and get them
we'll
done.
try, yeah, we'll see if,
Get it done before the weather turns too much.
yeah. It ain't bad if people are walking around in sweatshirts and that.
Right.
Okay, we just gotta get out there and get things moved, so pick a date.
And then I know maintenance staff still wanted to get like some ceiling tiles out of the library and stuff like that. so. There's still some IT stuff in that one room at the entrance of the library that needs to be cleaned out.
Oh, that's right, that closet.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on remaining items on the campus? I think things that have had sentimental value have largely been taken.
So too.
The only thing remaining is that sign right by the student center that's the plaque from when it was opened. We'll want to make sure we get that preserved in some way, shape, or form.
The Edith Simon by the library, no, not the library.
Oh, there's that memorial there. too.
Memorial there.
Yeah.
We have to watch for that.
So yeah, we need to be conscious of that. Mr. Carroll?
I just thought of one more thing. I don't remember now if there's anything that would match, but has anyone thought about seeing if Habitat wants to come see if there's anything they would want to remove?
That's a good
Take
call.
the Habitat
Yeah.
restore.
I
A
will
friend of
call.
mine has helped do building dismantling for them, and there's stuff they'll take, doors and things.
Yep. Can I,
Yeah, I can call.
if they're interested.
Good call.
Very good. Anything else?
I don't think there's anything on those two buildings we need to do before winter, but I mean, we can bring it up in public works. Majority of us are in public works too,
I think, yeah, water service is capped and
but yeah.
on the classroom and the
Library.
library. Still active for the science building.
Powers there, which the other way.
It was set to minimal heating, which varied from 50 to 65, depending on how well the controls were working.
Should change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, if we progress with the school district, we can relieve ourselves of those heating burdens
Absolutely.
end of the year, so.
There you go.
Okay, then we can move on to item 9, which is a closed session, as the chair may entertain a motion to enter into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statutes, section 19.85 parentheses E, deliberating or negotiating the purchase of public properties, investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business, whatever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session, potential sale of certain campus buildings. Do I have a motion to go into closed session? Motion by Mr. Manning, second by Mr. Schoonover. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. And we would include Trish in the closed session. Anyone opposed? Please note that it was a unanimous vote to go into closed session. Thank you. Okay, that's all right. We're not in a hurry.
And assuming when you read it. Oops.
Other than you, I'm not sure if maybe you'll notice we're in closed session, Miranda.
Hang on.
Carol motioning and William seconding. Carol motion, William second. And unanimous. All right, so we are back in open session. Item number 11, possible action on items. No action to take from our discussion in the closed session. Brings us to item 12, discussion and possible action setting future meeting dates.
SEH is planning to come November 19th at 4 p.m.
Okay, we should probably meet then. Since they're gonna be here.
Yes, that would be
Okay.
great.
What time?
4?
4 p.m., November 19th.
And I will strongly encourage them to come in person.
Good for them to set eyes on the place.
I'll be going. We have Southwest Tech Scholarship. Which is no big. About 19.
4 p.m. All right, any correspondence?
Nothing.
We haven't already discussed, okay. Future agenda items. Mr. Carroll.
I've noted that Trish or whoever has been getting a lot of reference files put in folders for us to look at. But now that we're just campus, we probably need to readjust what's in our folder, and what doesn't apply.
Yep.
So
Thanks for getting those files.
we've started to work on that. What we're finding though, because they're referenced in committee meetings into certain folders, we can't take them out. We have to add them to a different. So we are working on that. We've started creating the Public Works one under the admin documents. But it is a work in progress to try to pivot everything.
Honestly, I appreciate that files
Thank
are
you.
getting put in there.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Anything else with future agenda items?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by Mr. Manning. Do I have a second? Second by Mr. Carroll. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? We are adjourned.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Write it in that book too.
You get your iPads to work?
Mine don't.